Homies, let me just tell you, I'm coming back with a vengeance right now. Don't get me wrong. I felt pretty abysmal today. Not for any reason of like I'm messing up the program or I'm going too heavy. It's actually quite the opposite. As I've been expressing my complaints about 3 12-hour night shifts back to back to back to back to back, don't feel great when you're doing the gym every day. However, you can still make them good days, you know? Again, this is the whole reason why I'm prioritizing doing technique, core strength, and just overall controlled reps that have the kind of standard that I want them to have. You know, even if I don't go heavy or what I deem as heavy, I can still hit a weight that I'm proud of for the best technique that I can give it, you know? And let me tell you, it feels different when you train so hard in between working so hard that before you even pick up the barbell, your obliques are shattered. And I don't mean like in the sense of like how people train abs and then they'll do like side bridges to train obliques. I mean like if you've trained enough core type stuff or enough squatting with high bars to grass, you know what I mean? When your core gets those little shakes, the pins and needles, feels like it's going to explode. That will transition to the obliques at some point. It's all part of your diaphragm. And oh boy, it was killing me today. But either way, you know, what better day than to sleep in until 5 p.m. I say sleep in. That was my 8 hours of sleep after my shift. To wake up to realizing I have an exam due, first day coming back from spring break, and then going to the gym at 11 p.m. It's currently midnight. However, still made do. Still very proud. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and act like I did amazingly. I did as best I could, and that in its own is amazing. But yeah, the snatches I don't think looked good until I hit the last set, which is a positive because I'm always going to want to end on a good one, you know? It's better to come back with that good muscle memory and that last idea or image of a snatch being right where you want it to be despite how shattered your core is. Because let me tell you, my arms and my legs were really good today. But the lack of stability in the technique due to my low back and core and obliques being shattered before I even got there, it's not going to whip, you know? And I like, you know, it may look fast to people who don't do Olympic lifting all the time, but I do this shit every day. And these reps were slow, like abysmally slow, like way too slow for me to notice how slow they were. Like I was able to have full cognizant thoughts in between my whippage. That's not great. But, you know, every set I was thinking more so like, okay, well, I have an idea of around what weight I want to hit, but more than that, how do we want to make this next set better than the last one? You know, because I knew that my core wasn't great and that my warm-up at just 95 pounds was feeling pretty abysmal. So I'm like, all right, well, I already know I don't feel great, and I already know that I'm going to be struggling today no matter what weight I put on. So let's focus on something else. You know, let's stop focusing on going up to the next set, and let's focus on what we can do right now. And every set, I was just thinking, get faster, you know? Hold it stronger, commit to the technique better, hold that thumb, that hook grip, hold your thumbs together, you know? Do it as fast and efficient and as explosive as you can muster. Because it's not going to look fast, even if I had a good rep. Which the last set was the best set, for sure. The most confident, the whippiest, the most explosive. But it still wasn't even that great, you know? I'm going to take it 100%. I'm going to pat myself on the back. I'm going to give myself that credit. But I want today to be a reminder of what fatigue really feels like, you know? Because before in the fuck around, find out program I was doing, just going to heavy singles, no volume every day, I kind of could just push it however I wanted and not have to think about it. And I was kind of just always semi-fatigued, but not all the way fatigued. And when you fatigue specifically in your technique in your core and how fast you can move, you know, it's mainly just like having that CNS as primed as it can be for that kind of a movement. Brother, it is so necessary. It's such a, you need it, man. And when that is what is fatigued, it is near damn impossible to want to do anything. But I made do! And 205 for a double went really good. And that's the weight that I wanted to hit for a type of recovery day anyway. Because we did 225 with a 235 attempt on the other day when I went heavy. So I'll take it. I'll be happy with that 100%. Now the bench was where I was like, okay, my shoulders feel good. But it's late. I'm tired. They're not that strong because it's the third day in a row after working and going to the gym every day. And now my core's busted even more than when I got here. And again, if you close grip bench or do the explosive type movement like I do, you know that the bench is also limited by your core. You know, your abs, your low back, the obliques, the whole diaphragm. If that cannot be held together at the tightest, most compact, technical form, the setup on the bench, then your bench is already going to be weak. It's going to be slow and it's going to be kind of wacky, letting the elbows flare when they shouldn't be, letting the butt rise higher than it should. And every set I did, moving up to the warm-ups, felt scarier and scarier until I got to 275. And that right there was when I was like, we need to reevaluate. Just like I did in the snatch, it is no longer about the weight. I went in and I was like, I might be able to do 315 today. And no, we're not ready yet for that. I've done it before, sure, but right now, not ready. Got to build up to that at a slower pace. I'm like, how can we build up right now? And despite what people might think, I believe slowing down on the bench is a good thing when you are tired. It's going to work you harder, yes. But if you can have not a slow tempo, like, forcing it to be slow, but keeping it as slow as you need it to keep your shoulders compact without letting the elbows flare, that kind of tempo. Because it's not going to be as fast as the fucking va-boom, It's that ease into it and explode at your own rate kind of rep. And they are not going to move as near fast as on your peak days. It's just not how it works. But it's the fact that even if I can't hit my heaviest weight and even if I can't go heavy at all, the reps at the very least can be consistently explosive without my shoulders and my elbows winging out and then putting that extra pressure on my pecs, And I was proud of every set after that for sure. I got to 295, and that's where I either make my big jump or my small jump. And it was the idea of 295 moved slow. It moved consistent, and it did not falter, which is great because that's the whole idea behind having technique first. But it moved so slow that I had to, tell myself, I know for a fact if I put 315 on right now, I might get 2 and I will die on 3. I have that experience where I could feel that. My fatigue is now built up to a point where I'm like, there's no way I can do my normal 20-pound jump. And even if I could have, it's the fact that I don't have that confidence built up yet that I don't even want to attempt it. I need to know with 100% certainty that I have that attempt. So I met in the middle. I compromised with my strength, and I said, let's go to 305, because I definitely have enough for one more set. The technique was beautiful, and I want to push it today. I have enough shoulder strength, and it's a bench day. I rest tomorrow. I want to try to push it a little bit when I have that availability through the technique and core holding strong. And 305 was beautiful. It felt like my first step really getting back into the bench press, really getting that control back into it, because it's been a while since I've had like a decently controlled descent. And after going from back and forth from having a wide grip to a more explosive bench to just everything going back and forth, it's finally stabilizing. It's finally coming back to normal where I want it to. And that's a great feeling, It's one of the first bench reps I've gotten to do in a while where I had that hard grunt, I just had to push through because the diaphragm was just exploded enough to where I knew I had it, but I still had to push, had to give it that emotion right at the end. But one way or another, it was great. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, just wake up earlier and force yourself to go at a better time that, correlates with your schedule a little bit more. And this is what I'm going to say. Because, I had work, I had college, and I had gym all on the same day. That's a lot of shit to do on top of having the girlfriend at home. I want to be able to do stuff with her. I want to be able to have time to myself. I need to be able to balance all these things while having 6 hours conscious of throughout the day. I've been awake for 6 hours. And you have to tell yourself, no matter how much you want to jump into the fun stuff first, you have to slow down and remind yourself of what is going to make the day progress at the best, most passionate rate possible. And if I had gone to the gym at 7 p.m., did it a little bit earlier than what my body may have wanted, but better for my mind when it comes to how tired I was, because, when I woke up, I was a little bit more active, and the longer I wait, the more I tire out, but I'm still physically okay. So I have to remind myself that although I want to go to the gym first and have that fun and mess around and then do college later and care about it less, I have to get the stuff done that's still a priority, but not the highest passion first. You know, I tell people all the time, end your day on a passion, you know? Have everything build up to that one moment where you can just let loose, have fun, no thoughts. Because you worked hard, you pushed through the day, and right at the end of it, instead of ending with some stupid exam or homework that you don't want to do, that you're just tired of, because I'm graduating in a month. I'm ready to be done. The burnout is hitting. And I'm going to commit. I'm going to try as hard as I can, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm excited to study. I'm ready to graduate and move on. And so when I got an exam after taking a week off of school, and I got gym and work back to forth all the time, I do not want to do this homework. I want to go to the gym and scream and lift and be with my homies. But I know that if I go to the gym, the things like school that I know I have to do, that I need a certain amount of energy to also do well in, I'm going to stop succeeding through. You know, the results are not going to be my standard. Kind of like how I'm doing the technique first in this program. I have to make sure that I do everything at the way my mind and body can work at its best, you know? And it's also the fact of, if I go to the gym first, I now have to worry about getting back in time to do the school stuff. Because let me tell you, it was due at 10:59. It is 12:04. I would have been screwed. A 55-question test, I would have been screwed. And it wasn't exactly what I wanted. You know, it's never, like, it's always the thing where it's like, oh, well, this isn't what I want. This doesn't seem exactly fair. But it's the life that I chose for myself. You know, I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys that I was forced into college. I want to go through college. I want to get a degree. I want to move forward in my career in a different field other than just weightlifting. I want to have as many passions that I can put my heart into. And the only way I can move forward in psych is to get that little piece of paper. And so it's about really reminding yourself of what you know will be worth it by the end of the day. You know, can you come home and relax and say, I'm finally done, I can stop? Because I'm telling you, especially anybody who's in like high school or like stuff like high school, middle school that are working out, I'm telling you, if you go to school and then you go home after school before working out, you are not going to work out well. I did it every day for my entire high school experience, and the first half of me learning to lift, I would go to school, I'd go home, and I'd sleep, and I'd play video games, and I'd do whatever I want, and then I'd go back to the gym with my buddies. And I always felt like garbage. Not because it was on a bad schedule or that I was overworked or anything. It was purely because when you give your body that morsel of a second to believe that it's done, it is not going to work at the rate that you need it to. Likewise with my school stuff, if I go to the gym first and have fun and do whatever and then come home, I am not going to want to do anything. I'm going to sit down on my bed and, you know, just stare at the wall for 5 minutes contemplating how much I don't want to do my assignment, and then I'm going to do it with half the effort that I could have had when I did it in the first place, you know? And so it's really just about making sure that you prioritize the things that you care about just enough in order to end the day on a good, passionate, productive note. You know, I don't like coming home feeling like I got more shit to do. I want to come home and relax. Man, give me the box of Oreos, give me my video games, let me relax. Let me stay up late and not think about it, because it is at your own choice. It is always your fault if you feel that the work has become too much. I am a firm believer that everybody has time to change their schedule around for the betterment of their own daily life. 100%. I do 12-hour night shifts. I work out for 3 hours a day, almost every day, and I'm still doing college full time. And yet I have time to come home and be fat. And that's what I love, man. The fact that I can't tell you how appreciative I am that I have the option to come home and just be a fat lard for a night. It's awesome. That's why I love my rest days, because I go so hard for those 3 days that when I get to my rest day, there's not even a thought in my mind of like, oh, I wish I could work out today. Nah, I need that rest because I earned it, and I want to make the most out of that big fat lazy day, because that's what I want. Either way, physically, definitely was destroyed, but I stuck through it. I did very well, and to be fair, 10 pounds off my goal weight is phenomenal. You know, when it comes to bench and the snatch, I hit what I wanted to, what I expected to. So I can't complain at all. So when it comes to hitting the weights, great. The strength behind them, I was struggling. I was struggle busting, but one way or another, it moved. So today it's a flat 8. Right on the money right there. It wasn't like a basic day like in the 7s, but it definitely wasn't like an exemplary day at all. It was just like, I pushed as hard as I could. I tried my damn hardest, but let's be real. I'm tired. But I'm not going to complain about being tired until I leave. I got to give it my heart and soul while I'm there. And shit, I tell you guys all the time, just like I did today, if you feel tired or you need to get that energy moving, meet somebody. Make a new homie, damn it. Got me pumped right the hell up. That's probably why my bench got so much better right at the last second. But I'm telling you, the mental will take you a long way. So mentally, I give it a solid 8.65. It was a good day. Good day. It wasn't a crazy good day, but it was a good day, Sometimes you don't even have to explain it. It was a good day. That's it, Can't complain. I love my life. I'm doing what I want. What can I be mad about, As much as money and work and school and gym and everything gets jumbled up all over the place, I got a home to come back to. I got a gym to go throw heavy circles in. I can meet new people wherever I want, wherever I go, because I'm free. So who cares? Be happy. Do your shit. I'm going to keep appreciating my life and moving on. Thanks for hearing me ramble about, I got to go off about this shit, but let me know how your lives and lives have been going. Love hearing about it. And I will be back day after tomorrow. I love you guys. See you later. Bye.